Guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a little look over the Schumacher PB four-wheel drive car. So this is the new four-wheel drive from Schumacher Racing, and it's been out a little while now. I actually got this one on pre-order, but obviously I've had a little break, so I didn't release a video at the time. And of course, a big thank you to Island RC, might be backwards on the camera, for providing the car and the best support known to man. So thank you, Island RC. I'm just going to go over what the build was like, the option parts that I've added, which isn't much, the things I love, and a couple of little niggly things that I didn't like. But they are niggly, they are very small. Now I have run this car already, indoors and outdoors, so that video is going to come next week. In this one we're just going to sit down and we're going to have a little look over the car and what a car it is. Now this is obviously a shaft-driven four-wheel drive car from Schumacher, so it's putting them onto a similar playing field to everyone else. And what a shaft-driven car it is. All of the carbon and the A, B, C and D blocks, they all come standard. The carbon plate under the ESC, again, all comes in the kit. And what I really like about it as well is it comes with pre-drilled machined pistons, so we can do away with those terrible molded pistons that come in some kits, because they just need chucking in the bin straight away, let's face it. But other than that, everything else is standard on the car. So looking over the car, so the front end comes as standard with the blue springs on the front and the green on the rear in the dirt car. And there's too much new things. This is basically an entirely new car, so it's new gearboxes on the front, longer molded arms with the anti-roll bars incorporated. Obviously it comes with the anti-roll bars in the kit as well. It's all been redesigned. The layout, looking at it from above, is a really nice kind of spacious layout. I haven't got the receiver in this at the moment because I've borrowed it for another car. The servo mount system, again, that is the bronzy anodized mounts as well as the carbon top plate. That all comes in the kit. So that's a really, really nice finish. All the side pods, the chassis, everything is new on this car. The rear end, again, there is just too much to list. What I really like about this as well throughout is with the new A, B, C and D hangers plates, they now have the pill inserts, so you don't need to mess about with anything too funky. It's just traditional pills inserts, so there's much more adjustment with that, so that's always a plus. The more adjustment the better. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the driving of the car because that's going to be saved for the next video. However, what I will say is the corner speed that this car carries compared to the L1R. Now a lot of that probably is down to the belt driven car versus the shaft driven car, but this has almost no stall mid corner. It's quite surprising really, it catches you off guard, because when you go around a sweeper or even around a hairpin, it just goes round. It sounds stupid, but there is no delay, there is no stall, and you're through the corner. And I really like that about this one. Now this particular car, I bought it as the dirt car, but I've bought the separate slipper. So it's got the slipper in at the moment. What I like about the mod and the dirt car is there's not a huge amounts of differences in terms of arms and things like that. So if you want to try and keep one car for indoors and outdoors, I think this is an excellent car to do that with, because there's not actually a whole lot different between the two. If you get yourself a slipper setup and a diff setup, or if you buy the dirt car, you'll have it. I think that's really good. Okay, so let's talk options, what I've added to the car and what comes with it. I've added hardly nothing. I've added the steering rack and the bell cranks. The steering rack is such a big piece, where it's plastic in the kit, I just thought that needs changing straight away. Not to say that it might break, so much force is going through that. I changed that straight away with the aluminium bell cranks. And also it looks unbelievably good. The gold bronzy anodizing throughout the car, that was just such a big piece of bronzy anodizing. I just had to have it as well. But you know, we are what we are. Another thing that I wasn't overly keen on, but it's one of those where the engineers know more than me, so if it works, it works, but feeling it didn't feel too great. The outdrives to the center drive shaft, so they're the pin and O-ring system, so they do have quite a lot of play, but again, that's obviously good enough, and there's probably things to do with that and the reason for it that adds a benefit. But when you build it obviously there's quite a lot of play in there, so that's completely normal. It was just a little thing. And then the last thing that I found, which I kind of felt it needed, which I'm going to put onto this, which I kind of felt would have been cool, is where your sensor wire sits. There's no cutout in the side pod where the wire, I just feel like the sensor wire could run adjacent along the side pod and it would just tidy it up a little bit. But again, that's just my OCD there. I'm going to put a little notch in the side pod, in the side guard, just so I can get that sensor lead sitting nice and flat and flush. So just a small thing for me. It just annoys me a little bit, but that's it. So it comes with the S2 body, which is always a nice touch. Now there is a long list of new parts on this car because it is basically an entirely new car. I'll pop a link in the description below with all the changes, where you can have a little look at all of the description. But ultimately, guys, it's a new car. It drives absolutely awesome. There is no delay in the mid corner, which I found, and it goes over bumps. Fantastic. But that's all to come. So it's just a quick one to introduce the car. I can't wait to work with it. We're going to do a series on that, and then we might move on. We'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. Very good. I will see you in the next one.